Don't call me Corey Baker, call me Marc Copage, 'cause I'm not Julia's son, not anymore. Don't call me Corey Baker, call me Marc Copage.
I mean, he danced like Barishnikov, and now he's a cripple.
And how quickly it happened. I mean, within a year, it was just, all of a sudden he could no longer dance or barely walk.
So Phineas needs to have major double hip replacement surgery in just 5 days. That's what life is riding on.
Phineas is alone in the system,
He's really scared.
but this is the hardest thing that he's ever had to face.
Phineas has had an amazing struggle up to this point. I mean, the big question now is, does he have the strength to take his life back?
You are kind of at the peak when everything kind of fell apart. I mean, just with the health issues that you have, I can't even imagine what that would have been like. I think I probably would have thrown myself in front of that train that you contemplated throwing yourself in front of before the picture of your daughter got into your mind.
Yeah.
How on earth do you get through? I mean, you have a wonderful family. That's one way,
Yeah.
I know, because your mom is not going to let you get too down.
Right.
She's gonna whip. But I just can't even imagine having to go through what you had to go through and overcome. What was that experience?
It was that was just enough. That was a very deep journey that looking back now, I'm grateful that I went through it. I wouldn't wish it on anybody in the world. But it's one of the things I really attribute to where I've come now in terms of how I look at life and how I live my life today, that I would have never had the opportunity to experience if I had not had that kind of a challenge and crisis in that part of my life. And like you say, I was at the top of my game. I was literally able to do physically whatever I wanted with my body. I could sing, I could do whatever I wanted with my voice. I was on Broadway, living my dream. It was amazing. But then it was just, again, an opportunity for me to realize how much I had thought I created my identity to be, but really that was not important. And that took me a while to actually process through this whole experience, because obviously, I was in the hospital for a year with meningitis, and it was related to me being diagnosed earlier with HIV/AIDS when I actually was in Los Angeles, when I was in New York, when I was doing AIDA. I didn't realize that at the time. I had probably been carrying this virus in my body for over 20 years. I was in a monogamous relationship with my former wife for over 16 years. And I had not known. I thought that I dodged a bullet, because before I was with my wife, I was in a relationship with a man for 5 years. And I thought, and again, I was in that relationship again because I did not want to be a promiscuous gay person in that environment. And I was like, well, let me just settle down and be in a relationship. And then, wanted to experience a different lifestyle. So I decided to try a relationship with a woman, which I really loved. And I tell my former wife, Karine, who I loved you like I never loved another woman, and I'll never love another woman like I loved you.
I think that sexuality is a lot more, people try to make it black and white, but I think most things are various shades of gray.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that it's one of those things where, interestingly enough, in terms of just my sexual identity, it was a very challenging thing because, again, my cousin Joey, who you also I think knew. Did you know Joey, my cousin? So he went to Beverly too, but he was in the boy choir with me and with Lenny, and we were in this boy choir together. And he came out very early, and he went to high school. He went to junior high school and high school with me, also. And he at one point said, "Phineas, come to this bar with me." He says, "It's a gay bar, but I know you're gay." And I says, I don't really know if that's really true or not. But he says, "Yeah, you are. Just come with me. You'll enjoy it. You'll have fun." So I went out with him and I did have fun. And I realized personally for me, because of my insecurities growing up and being ridiculed and being bullied because of my weight, I really did not have the opportunity to explore sexuality the way most kids explore it in terms of, with the other sex. And basically, when I started going out to these clubs with my cousin, I was getting approached. I didn't have to actually deal with rejection. And if they wanted it,
Well,
I
that's
was
the
like,
good thing about being gay, though. You don't have to, be. You can wait to be approached.
yes,
And
exactly.
someone will approach you.
Yes. So that was kind of the reason why it kind of led me.
I've often said I'd have a much more active sex life if I were gay.
Oh, absolutely. No, but yeah, I mean, it's because they're more aggressive. They again, it's a male.
Well, male energy, generally speaking, is more aggressive.
Exactly. And so it was very helpful to me because I had been so insecure and so kind of just diminished in terms of my own identity, my own self-worth, and my own appeal, especially from all the girls that I adored and just had major crushes on, would not even give me the time of day. I was like, okay. So it was very easy for me to actually just start.
Well, that sure changed, because I know when I was in Europe with you, women were throwing themselves at your feet.
Don't call me Corey Baker, call me Marc Copage, 'cause I'm not Julia's son, not anymore.